TravelRave also organized the Asia Travel Leaders Summit that brought together leading minds of Asia's travel and tourism industry for a two-way dialogue. The fifth edition of the Asia Travel Leaders Summit delved deep into insights and issues on upcoming trends, innovations, talent and leadership, and also find solutions to overcome existing challenges faced by travel industry.
This year, the summit deliberated on the new reality through the digital, consumer and talent lenses, laying the foundation for the community of leaders to collaborate and chart the next wave of growth for Asia.
We see Asia as the next big growth market for our industry, and so we're very bullish, and we're focusing on both North and Southern Asia. China's obviously the 800-pound gorilla, as they say, with so many consumers.
Asia makes a fertile ground for cultivating cruise markets due to its strategic location, and the cruise industry is experiencing a tremendous growth, thereby creating crucial market share opportunities for cruise lines. Its tropical climate and well-suited geography has not only attributed Singapore as the world's busiest port, but has also made it an exciting cruise destination. With an expected rise in business travelers and visitors, Singapore is well positioned to stand out as a cruise hub due to its air connectivity and world-class infrastructure. However, cruise tourism in other Asian countries like India is still at a nascent stage and holds immense potential.
The cruise industry is not a single, not a mono-country industry. It's a regional industry. So Asia as a whole is growing. In fact, it's safe to say that it's probably the only market in the world that is growing at a rapid clip.
China, India, Indonesia, where there's a growing trend of the middle class purchasing power is there, and options are limitless in terms of cruise. So more and more, increasingly, the cruise liners are beginning to deploy larger ships in Asia, and that's the growth opportunity here for us.
When you're talking about first vacations and then cruising, then you're talking about a very, very small percentage of people who would actually opt for cruises at this point of time. Secondly, India, though it has a very, very vast ocean line or the coastline, there is hardly any development across the coastline.
As the travel and tourism industry continues to emerge as one of the largest and fastest growing economic sectors in Asia, a need to reflect over all segments of tourism becomes inevitable for industry members to tap the growing opportunities and overcome existing challenges for better travel trade within the region.
In Asia generally, we anticipate that we're going to need about another 25 or 26 million employees in the next 10 years to provide that level of growth. The industry leaders that are operating in Asia at the moment are concerned that there is going to be a shortage, it's going to be a skill gap.
The bilateral agreements between India and many of the ASEAN states are quite restrictive in terms of laying out the maximum amount of capacity that each side can fulfill. So that obviously is an obstacle, and I think for further growth and for further mutual benefit, the restrictions in the bilateral air services agreements need to be lifted and need to be liberalized.
Technology is changing so fast, and it's so disruptive that anything you invest in now is going to be largely irrelevant in 2 years' time. And if you have an infrastructure that can, grow with the technology, and that really is all about bandwidth, then that's going to stand you in very good stead.
The TravelRave is not just a platform of industry deliberations, but also a celebration of the best in the business. The Singapore Experience Awards 2014 ceremony was held in conjunction with the Tourism 50 Gala Dinner organized by the Singapore Tourism Board to celebrate 50 years of tourism development and industry partnerships. From Business Event Venue of the Year to Best Business Event Champion, the awards felicitated 25 individuals and organizations for their extraordinary achievements and contribution to the travel and tourism industry.
First, I would like to start with the people who are the face of Singapore, for the millions of visitors who come to our shores each year. They are, of course, our tourist guides and our service frontliners at attractions, hotels, airport and seaports, dining and retail outlets, and at all the other touch points for tourists. Thank you for taking pride in making visitors feel welcome and comfortable here.
Next week, we give you an insight into the aviation industry in Singapore and India and how it is scaling new heights as business travel gains forefront in Asia.